Hello, I'm Heather,
And I'm Ryan.
and we are the Boxcard Gamers.
We play box card games.
In every episode. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to Boxcard Gamers. This is round 3 of Would You Rather. Here's how it works. We have a set of cards. On each card are 4 Would You Rather questions. I will ask Ryan each question on his card. If he picks the same answer I did, he gets a point. If not, he gets 0 points. Then we pick a new card, and it's my turn. Caveat, no more than 1 point and no fewer than 0 points may be awarded per question. I gotta take a deep breath because I really didn't have enough oxygen for that whole thing, and I've been struggling. Whew. Again, the game we are playing is called Would You Rather? It is by Zobmondo and is available for purchase on Amazon. Link in the show notes. They are not a sponsor. It should also be noted that we are playing a modified for podcasting version of the board game, aka regular Would You Rather. The current running score is Ryan 5, Heather 5. So far, nobody's adopted.
So
Ryan.
far.
Are you ready for your card?
I am ready.
Excellent. Ryan, would you rather have to always walk around with small stones in your shoes or always have smoke in your eyes? The choice seems obvious to me. Go on.
I'm going to go with stones in my shoes because I'll just walk around barefoot if that's the case. I'll toughen up my feet. And, obviously I'd still have to wear my boots to work with small stones in them, but it beats having smoke in the eyes because that shit hurts.
It does, and it's blinding. You can't see anything with the smoke. And let's be honest, I've gotten stones in my shoes. It's annoying. It's not like I could walk a while on it.
Right.
And after a while, I get so annoyed, I get the little rock out of my shoe.
You can also do the little flick.
Yep, flick it to the toe.
Flick it to the toe.
Flick it to the toe. I was going to say, you reminded me, I was listening to a podcast and it was talking about before, the invention of shoes. So before shoes existed, humans actually had super effing tough feet. Also a lot wider feet. There was no evidence of ingrown toenails and stuff. But they would walk around barefoot everywhere, but their feet could handle it. So you could potentially build up the calluses on the bottom of your feet walking around barefoot.
Yeah,
to the point where it would be tough enough like a sole of a shoe, but
we've
super unattractive.
Soft as the eons go on, Heather.
We have soft in the belly
Can't
too,
even
Ryan.
eat raw meat anymore without worrying about getting something.
Yeah, the one time I did, I got food poisoning. Ridiculous. All right, Ryan. Would you rather be able to communicate fluently with all animals or automatically understand all foreign languages?
Ooh. I would go with the foreign languages, as tempting as communicating with animals is, but I think it would be more useful to be able to communicate with people.
Absolutely, I agree. It doesn't say you can speak the language, it just says you can understand it. Does that change your answer at all?
Hold on, let me reread that.
Would you rather be able to communicate fluently with all animals or automatically understand all foreign languages?
I see what you're doing here, Heather, but if I understand a language, then I should be able to speak it, even if it's poorly. I should be able to still speak it, because I'd have to think about, how would this person say this, and then be able to relay a poorly constructed sentence back to them. Ergo,
very slowly.
I could still communicate with them. So I'm going to go with the people one.
I agree, Ryan, and you get a point for that. You also got a point for the last one, which I think you figured out, even though I didn't mention it specifically.
Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention.
You're very welcome. Ryan, would you rather be forced to run on a giant hamster wheel at work every day for an hour, or drink only from a baby bottle every day?
Listen, I think there's pros to both of these, right? If I got to drink from a baby bottle, you know how many spills I'll have had? 0 spills. And that would be awesome. However, if I were forced to run on a hamster wheel for an hour every day, I'd be getting some serious exercise.
Truth.
And I'm getting paid to exercise, I'm probably going to go with the hamster wheel.
You know what? That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I will say a big con for drinking out of a baby bottle is if you're super thirsty. Have you ever actually tried drinking out of a baby bottle?
No, that's a good point, too.
You get nothing out of it. Yeah. So,
hey, it doesn't say anything about having a nipple on there. I can just unscrew it and drink out of the baby bottle.
We really pick these things apart, don't we? Well, Ryan, final answer, be forced to run on a giant hamster wheel at work every day for an hour?
Yes.
Same. 3 points for you.
Excellent.
That is the only way I would get exercise. I would be glad if that. I would hate it while I was doing it, but I would be thankful afterwards. Would you rather live in a world where each word you say will cost you 1 cent, or in a world where each step you take costs 10 cents?
That's really rough.
That is rough. That's a tough one.
I talk a lot.
Ditto.
But I also walk a lot. But I don't think I walk as much as I talk. But I talk a lot. But I could avoid talking more than I could avoid walking. So I'm going to go with the 1 cent per word because I could limit my speech. As hard as that would be for me.
You could learn sign language.
Well, Heather.
It's still talking, but it's not. It's using your hands to talk and not your mouth to talk.
Where each word you say, I guess the key
word
word
you
there
say.
is say. You're not really saying anything with sign language. Yeah, I'm going to go with the words, Heather.
Well, Ryan, I actually calculated this for myself based on average number of words for a woman per day and my own average low number of steps. And it would cost me $200 a day for the steps and like $2,000 a day for the words. So I went with the steps. I would want to have to pay 10 cents per step.
But you can avoid talking, though. You could write on paper.
I avoid walking naturally.
Let's see how it is, Heather.
I could write on paper. That's not a bad idea. Not going to change my answer. But Ryan, you're always thinking of the sensible, logical things that I don't think of. And
what
I thank you for that.
What happens, Heather, when you have to run after your daughter and she is 1.5 miles ahead of you just sprinting and you gotta catch up to her? That's going to be an expensive day because you're going to be doing all that stepping.
Gonna run to the van and drive to her in that scenario, Ryan. There will be I would kill myself. If I tried to run 1.5 miles right now, I'm so out of shape. I don't think you understand. I don't think you appreciate just how out of shape I am.
But the adrenaline, Heather, the adrenaline would get your heart pumping and people do amazing things on adrenaline, Heather.
It's true. And actually, not too long ago, I did have to run. She snuck off and I was running around. I ran around for maybe 2 minutes before I found her, but I was booking it.
Where was your band then, Heather?
Well, you have to understand the geography of the area. And where I had thought she went, it just made more sense to run to it because there was a staircase and I would have had to go around the long way with the van. Anyway, the point is,
could have just driven straight up the staircase.
You are not letting me tell my story.
Sorry.
That's okay. I did run. However foolishly you may think that choice suited me, I ran. I ran fast. I booked it. I found her. And while it was happening, I wasn't paying much attention to my body. But after I found her and the adrenaline died, I was like, and my heart was like I felt like it was going to burst out of my mouth through my throat. And I like keeled over and had to really, I was like, am I going to need to call an ambulance? Like, it was so bad.
Wow.
I was like, if I don't calm down, I might faint. It was horrible. So I decided to start jogging every day to get back some stamina.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that twice 3 weeks ago. So still working on a regular schedule on that one. Anywho.
Average number of words spoken by males a day. Women use an average of 20,000 words a day compared to the mere 7,000 that men utter. That's $7,000 already, if on average.
No, because it's a penny per word, right?
Oh,
it's a penny per word.
7,000 cents. Yeah. Good call. I knew that. I was testing you, Heather.
Yeah. So that's $70.
So that's $70.
And I'd be paying $200, right?
Let me look at my steps.
And my steps are going to be like 1/8 of your steps.
15,000 steps today.
And you did or didn't go to the gym?
I did go to the gym.
Okay. That's going to cost you way more right there.
$1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather pay $70 a day. But even then, I'm going to limit my words. I'll take a vow of silence. Does it include sleep talking? Because I sleep talk.
But do you really sleep talk that much? Is it like a few words a night or something?
If I take a vow of silence, I guarantee I'll be talking up a storm in my sleep to get it all out of my system when I have no fucking control over it.
Yeah, but Rebecca will get so tired of it, she'll smother you in your sleep, and then you won't be talking anymore at all.
Oh my God, Heather, you just got me murdered.
You got yourself murdered, you ridiculous vow of silence, monk. All right, we've derailed. Let's get back to this game. Ryan, hit me. Hit me with my card.
Hit me with your best shot. Ooh, ooh. Heather?
Fire away. What?
Would you rather have an itch in the middle of your back all the time or an eyelash in your eye all the time?
Well, Ryan, I once had something in my eye for many, many days. And man, was it annoying. I have had itches that I couldn't scratch right in the moment, and that was annoying. But I can tune it out. So I'm going to go with the itch in the middle of my back all the time. Because the eye thing, it was horrendous. It got all scratched and swollen and pussy. I had to get antibiotic drops for it. It was ridiculous.
Heather, I have been there myself. In fact, I got something in my eye when I was cutting jalapenos.
Oh, good Lord.
And I thought I had flushed it out. Everything seemed fine. And the next day, my eye was very irritated. And I flushed it some more. And I'm sitting there peeling my eye back, looking in there, trying to find this thing that's in my eye. Because I know I can feel it. Every time I blink my eye, I can feel something scratching down my eyeball.
Yeah.
And I finally went to our safety guy at work because he's really good at taking things out of eyes. And I was like, hey, look, this didn't happen at work. I promise you this happened yesterday while I was cutting jalapenos. But something is in my eye and I can't find it. Could you just take a peek in there and see if you could see something? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So he's looking around. He's like, I don't see anything. He's like, here, do me a favor. He's like, peel your eyelid back because he wanted to look up inside of the eyeball, and he's sitting there looking around, and there was this big old black chunk stuck to the back of my eyelid.
Oh my God.
So every time I was blinking, it was like coming down, right? And so he was able to fish it out, and it was like a chunk. I don't even know what it was. It wasn't even metal. It was a chunk of something, but it was...
Did it come out of the jalapeno?
I don't know where it came from. That's when I happened to notice. It could have been something on my eyelash, and then it fell off. But... yeah, it was super painful, but I'm with you on that. I would rather, what was the other one? Itch on the back.
Itch in the back, itch in the middle of the back.
Because I'm so busy doing other things, I probably wouldn't even notice it most of the time.
That's my thought on it as well. I did once get an eyelash in the upper eyelid, and it had bent in half, and it was like a hinge between my eyeball and eyelid. That was super duper uncomfortable. Managed to get it out myself somehow. I don't remember how.
Yeah.
but I've never peeled my eyelid out quite that far before to get a good look in there. It was fun. Great day.
I bet. All right, Heather.
All right.
I guess that gives you a point, and I'll go back and read.
It does.
Would you rather have your nose grow 1/4 of an inch a year or your ears grow 1/2 an inch per year?
Well, Ryan, at first, it was hard for me to decide on this one because I've got a good nose and I've got great ears.
Mm-hmm.
They're very inconspicuous. They lie close to my head. They don't stick out. They're not too big or too small. My nose is good. It's getting bigger. Let me ask you, does my nose seem bigger now than it did?
I was going to say,
like
you
20
think
years ago?
very highly of yourself, Heather. You've got a big schnoz and a big set of ears. I'm just kidding,
No,
Heather.
I don't. First of all, you can't even see my ears right now. I got headphones on. And this is not a big nose. It's bigger than it used to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, noses do grow, right? Don't they? Don't they always grow?
They do, and I think as we get older, they grow.
But not 1/4 of an inch a year.
Not 1/4 of an inch a year. It'll be a little bigger when I'm older.
Sure.
It's probably a little bigger than it was when I was 20. So, but the nose, I think, is a lot more noticeable than the ear, especially when I can just wear my hair down over my ears.
Mm-hmm.
I will figure that out. I will make my ears part of my ponytail or something. I'll figure out a way to hide the ears so that nobody can see them. So I'm going to take the ears in this situation.
I would also go with ears. And I also think that plastic surgery on the ears is probably a little less expensive than plastic surgery on the nose. So every few years, I'll just have them trim off some of my ears.
Okay.
Call it good. Maybe.
Rich motherfucker over here. I'll just get plastic surgery every couple of years.
Hey, listen, if my ears are growing 1/2 an inch a year, I'm going to figure that shit out. I will figure out that money.
Oh, God, you reminded me of this lovely woman that I worked with for a short time. She was quite pretty, but she had this weirdest thing on her ear, and it was like down half her face, and it was just this, it just looked like literally, if you've ever seen mold grow on top of coffee after it's been left out.
Oh, sure, yeah.
For a long, it was like that, but all down her ear and this side of her face. And she actually grew her hair with this cut that kind of swished around so that it hid it mostly. Yeah. And you'd only really see it if some wind blew her hair back or something. And I never thought it was polite to ask, why don't you just get it removed? But I never asked her, but I just wondered why. Especially because she was good looking. I was like, it would be a lot less gross. It's mean of me to say this now but it's very eyesore. Like it was very eye catching, very unusual. I'd never seen it.
Very shallow of you.
Birthmark like that. It really is, but Hey,
but so was it like a big purple mark? Like,
no, it wasn't purple.
Isn't there like, well, was it like one of those? I don't know what the thing's called, but there's people who have like the purple that just like constantly grows and takes over.
I know what you're talking about there. It was nothing like that. It literally looked like mold growing on her face.
And it was a birthmark?
That's what she said. I don't know if I overheard her or if I asked her something about it.
It was a tattoo gone wrong, wasn't it?
No, because it looked hairy.
Oh.
Like it looked like plant matter
moles.
Literally growing on her face. Maybe it was just a large, ever-expanding mole or something. I don't know. The point is, I don't know. It could have also been a financial. Maybe she couldn't afford to get it removed. I think that's also very possible.
Very possible.
Anyway.
All right, Heather.
Mean to go there.
It's all good. We all know you're an asshole now. Moving on.
We already knew that. I think that's been established repeatedly.
All right. Would you rather, if your life depended on it, have to jump over something 4 feet high or 8 feet long?
All right. So first of all, at my current weight and level of fitness, I do think I have a better chance of the 8 foot long thing. I can't lift this. I'm going to die either way, so I might as well just go long. I don't know.
Heather, do you know how high 4 feet is? Who says your feet have to clear it? Just fucking dolphin dive over that bitch.
That is a good point. I could just climb over it.
Yeah, it's
I
four
could just
fucking
climb
feet,
over
Heather.
a 4-foot wall. Am I allowed to change my answer due to your logic?
Yes, I'll allow it.
I would rather jump over something 4 feet high, Ryan.
I'd rather jump over the 8 feet, Heather. I agree.
Noted.
I would rather jump over 4 feet. It's a lot easier than jumping 8 fucking feet. Holy fuck. If my life depended on it and I had to jump 8 feet, I'm dying either way. I'm not an Olympian, Heather.
I really was just picturing myself completely clearing, like cow jumps over the moon, Heather jumps over a 4-foot wall. Like, that's not gonna happen.
4 feet's just a little bit above the waist.
Whose waist? I'm 5'7".
Okay.
Like,
Oh, yeah. It's almost as tall as you, but still. Be a lot easier to jump over that.
because I just have to get over it. I have to, I'll hit it halfway and plummet over the rest of it.
Look, if my feet had to clear 4 feet, I'm dying. If my feet had to clear 8 feet, I'm dying.
I don't
But
think
there's a loophole with the 4 feet.
Easier.
Heather, I'm almost 6 feet. If I laid down toe to head, there's no fucking way I'm jumping 6 feet. Even with a running start, I might almost make it. I
feel like if I had Mike lie down, my husband, he's 6'4", I think I could jump over him if I got a long running start and lost 100 pounds first and worked at it a little while.
I'm going to put this to the test, Heather, this week. I'm going to see if I can jump 8 feet.
I wish you would. I'll see. I'm not going to see if I can because I know I can't at this stage. I can't jump either of these. But I feel like if I had to work up to it, I could work up to an 8-foot long jump. I don't think I could ever work up to a 4-foot jump if I had to clear the jump.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think I could do it. I'm going with the 4 feet wall because I can climb over
Ryan.
it.
You don't get a point. Please continue.
I think that was the last one, wasn't it?
Nope, I got one more.
Oh, there it is. It's just right there hidden like fine print. Heather?
Very small. Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be considered annoying or dull? Dull.
Ryan,
Dull.
I would rather be considered dull. Because I just like to think, like, who would I rather have around me? Someone that makes no impact on me whatsoever? Or someone where I'm constantly like, I want to gouge your eyes out secretly, but I really wouldn't. That it's just to have somebody that constantly annoys you around. I wouldn't want to do that to somebody else. I would rather they're just like, gosh, what a boring person. And to be fair, Ryan, I am a boring person. I read books all the time. One of my favorite things to do is a puzzle. I want to sit quietly and be pensive. I like long walks in nature. I sound like an old lady.
You just got to get into bird watching now.
I've been thinking about it.
You should do it. It's fun.
I've been thinking about it because I keep seeing birds where I'm like, what's that? What's that bird?
Heather,
Ryan,
listen, there are so many species of birds. It's ridiculous. And the amount of them that you can attract to your backyard is ridiculous. It's kind of cool.
So we're decided we'd like to be known as dull rather than annoying?
Absolutely.
Mr. Birdwatcher, excellent. Fantastico. Well, Ryan, well. That gives me a total
Looks like you're adopted after all, Heather.
No, Mr. Loser Boy. You got 3 points. I got 4 points. I win the round, and I take the lead in the game, 9-8. But mainly because, oh, God damn it, I got a pity point. I'm taking away my pity point. We're tied, 8-8.
What pity point
Taking
did
away
you get?
the pity point. You let me change my answer. Pity. You pitied me.
Because your answer was dumb.
Okay, I'll take the point back. 9-8. I'm winning. You're adopted. I have to tell you about something I saw that Netflix was like, hey, check this out.
I just take
It's
satisfaction. Hold on, sorry. I just take satisfaction in knowing that I got you to change your answer, and that is a win for me, and I will take it.
Well done, Ryan.
Thank you. Anyways,
Loser. Now listen.
Netflix said what?
There is a short film, 37 minutes long, called Birders.
Oh.
Birders on Netflix. I was like, I saw that. I was like, I should tell Ryan about that film. It's all about people that watch birds.
I will have to watch it. Also, there is a movie with Jack Black and Owen Wilson. And oh my God, how am I forgetting?
Yes. Is it Bill Murray or Steve Martin or somebody like that in it too?
It's Steve Martin, and it's called The Good Year. Or The Big Year. It's called The Big Year.
Okay.
And it's about birders. And it's really good.
I believe I have seen that movie. I believe I've seen it. It's been a while. Yeah, 2011. I have some vague recollection of watching that movie. I'll have to check it out. I do like all of those actors.
Great movie.
Excellent movie. Ryan, do you have any stories, rants, hacks you'd like to share?
I do not.
I had one rant this week, but it was political, so I will have to keep that to myself.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So I'll just say, send us your stories. You can email them to me, boxcardgamers@outlook.com. And I actually have not checked the junk mail folder, because if anybody sends me email...
There's going to be like 1,000 emails in there, Heather.
No, there's 0. I'm so unpopular, I don't even get junk mail, Ryan.
Heather,
there
it
you
sounds
go.
like you're very dull.
I am dull. Thank you, Ryan.
Maybe we're both dull.
That might be why nobody ever listens to this podcast. And no offense to the 10 listeners. Love you guys. Don't leave us.
Self-depreciating.
And, hey, listen, if you feel inclined, rate and review. Would love it if your app lets you do that. Go for it. It won't help anybody find us, but it'll make us feel better. Feelings. Blah, 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 blah. Feelings. I'm not sure what the words are to that song. And that is all we got for you this week, folks. So have a fantastic, wonderful, laughter-filled, optimistic, upbeat week.
Until we play again.